everybody. Welcome to the Fandom Flux podcast. How does everyone feel about sandwiches? Like, we've been talking about sandwiches for the past couple minutes on the thing before we started recording.
Warm sandwiches are the best.
Cold sandwiches can be good too.
Yeah.
I haven't had bread in 4 months.
Oh, right. That actually makes more sense for why Kenji's kind of silly about this conversation.
Kenchi's stance is give me food. So.
Well, to be completely honest, I haven't had anything to eat today either, so.
Yeah. Oops. My bad, Kenji. Did not consider that.
Alright,
So I'm Casey. How's it going?
Yeah.
Zero's here. He's sleepy.
Be a good person or Spider-Man will come to your birthday party and chase you.
Okay. Kenji is here.
I'm Kenchi618, and that sounds vaguely like assault.
Salt and pepper.
They don't
No.
have salt and pepper at McDonald's. They have salt in a shitty little packet. No, they don't do that anymore in this country. I don't know whether they have that in yours.
I wouldn't know. I haven't been to McDonald's in years.
I haven't been inside of McDonald's in years either.
That's good judgment on both of your parts.
My grandpa and I were waiting for my brother's car to get fixed, and so I went into a McDonald's, and it was the first McDonald's I'd been into in like years. And
Well, that's just brand loyalty, that's why.
it was weird.
You didn't even notice.
Nope. Alright. And Patience here.
Hello, everyone.
Alright, so who's going first? Who wants to go first? I went first last week.
I want to go first.
Alrighty.
So last week, you may recall, I mentioned my my brother had his birthday party coming up, and I was going to surprise him as Spider-Man, Ghetto Spider-Man, because when he was a young boy, a wee bab, when we lived in a small town in Arkansas, he had Spider-Man come to like his 8th or 9th birthday party.
Okay, let's rephrase. Not really ghetto Spider-Man, more rural Spider-Man.
Yeah. I say ghetto as the costume was like. I could show you a picture of this.
Secondhand Spider-Man.
You know what? I'm gonna upload this picture into the Discord so you guys can see it.
Thrift shop Spider-Man.
I took a picture of a picture, but he was not so great Spider-Man, and he came in with a thick Southern accent, not knowing the lyrics to Spider-Man's theme song.
True value Spider-Man.
Yeah, like the most bargain Spider-Man you could get.
Dollar bin Spider-Man.
And then he just kind of he ran into the distance because he couldn't get to his car because all the kids were watching him leave. And that was the end of that. So my mom decided to
Spider-Man shoots the webs and all that other shit.
You don't know the words either. Shut up.
So
I was making the joke, dumbass.
So it's like 10 years later. My mom's like, it's his 18th birthday coming up. We're gonna bring this back. So we got some like big thick red like gardening gloves, and like we got this Spider-Man suit, but the Spider-Man suit, as opposed to the much thinner, scrawnier suit, was very bulky and muscly, like Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite Spider-Man muscles on it. Like really, like he looked like he'd been hitting the bench. And so my mom got this cake made with the picture of my brother and Spider-Man on it. And so with all his friends gathered around, with all his friends gathered around,
oh dear,
my mom began to tell the story of how Spider-Man came to my brother's birthday party. Yeah, and so it's like late at night. It's dark out. It's really dark out, and they're all gathered there. and they start to they light the candles and they start to sing "Happy Birthday to you," and then a face appears in the glass door in the back and slides open the back door, and I run in singing "Spider-Man, Spider-Man," and I got like the big muscles on this outfit and with my arms raised up high, and he starts screaming, just absolute terror, and I chased him. And I chased him all the way out into the street. And down
my
like
childhood trauma!
I chased him down like all the way to the end of the street, circled back, still chasing him while yelling, "I'm Spider-Man," and badly singing the Spider-Man theme song.
Why didn't he stop?
And then we got back into the house, and
Like,
then he locked himself. Then he locked himself into the bathroom.
That's a long time to go without realizing that was you. Like,
He started laughing halfway through, but there was sheer terror when I first popped out.
if you had caught him, what would you have done?
I probably would have gotten him in a big bear hug. I'd be like, "I'm Spider-Man, I'm here for you, little boy." You know. Something terrifying. So he locked himself in the bathroom when we got back, and then afterwards he got out.
Furiously masturbated.
And then
Joke
afterwards
had to be made.
he got out of the bathroom, and we posed for a picture, and I started singing, "Spider-Man, Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. Can he swing? I guess he can. That's because he's a Spider-Man. Look out!
The dude sang it.
Look out, because he gonna get you."
I assume it's not.
No, I don't know exactly how the dude sang it back then, but I was just kind of butchering it as best as I could. And yeah, we have a video that my dad took, and I'll have to share that later. But it was a magical time. Last week, Kenji said, "Oh, he's gonna punch you." No, he ran away. I was a big, muscly Spider-Man.
I have to admit, I was doing that from my perspective. I said that from my perspective.
Yeah, no. And like I would imagine my brother would hit me, but instead he ran.
But that wasn't you, in fairness. That was his childhood trauma come back to haunt him in a very real, uncomfortable way.
Yeah, so I shared the picture of Arkansas Spider-Man in the Discord, and you can see he's got these big red boots and like these gloves that were clearly have been drawn on with silver Sharpie. So yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be comfortable sharing this picture online without permission of...
Yeah, no, I'm not saying we can share it. I'm just trying to describe it.
Yeah.
So that was fun. Yesterday we went to, because it was his actual birthday then, we went to Olive Garden for dinner, which is, beyond the border of Italian food. So we... I
hear they have breadsticks or something.
They have breadsticks. The breadsticks are pretty good.
No shit.
Yeah, it was pretty decent, but we had a waiter whose voice was just completely gone. And, we're like, "Hey, it's my brother's birthday." He's like, "What's your name?" And, or, "What's your name?" And then he's like, "It's Joe. It's just like, okay. So they go, and he comes back much later, and he's like, "Your name was Zach, right?" And what he's saying is, "Your name was Zach, right?" And my brother can't really hear him, so he says, "Yeah." So they came out and sang "Happy Birthday to Zach," which was not his name. So we called him Zach for the rest of the night. Yeah. Fun times to be had all around. I also this week I put up a new chapter.
Yeah.
And I'm working on the next chapter. And I'm pretty happy where my story's going right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's kind of all that I can remember from this past week. Is it was a big event that led up to lots of fun.
Hey, Patient, you want to go next?
Sure. Well, first is the big news. I resigned from my job on Saturday.
Oh.
To clarify, it's door-to-door sales, and while I was proving exceptionally successful in the company, these past few weeks have just been failure after failure after failure. It's not been a failure for the sales to go through. It's just been knocking on doors, and most of them don't answer, and the ones that do aren't interested. So if I don't get sales, I don't get paid. So I didn't really have much choice in the end. I felt that I had already gotten everything that I could out of the job, so I resigned. And hold on a second.
I think he's muting another Discord channel. Just as a guess. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. I don't know when that's turned into the Jurassic Park theme. It just kind of did halfway through.
Well,
sorry about that.
It's alright.
Anyway, where was I? It was just I could tell that I'd already gotten everything that I could out of the job, so I resigned, and we parted on amicable terms. My boss said that if I ever needed a referral or a reference, I could just ask him about it. So it couldn't have gone better, really.
Yeah.
But out of a job for now. On the bright side, though, I got one of the people who I knocked on the door of was impressed by me, and he offered me a job at Dell in sales. My mother's been trying to get me a job at Apple, but even with her connections, she can't get me a job in sales right away. So, planning on contacting that guy and hopefully following up with it.
Yeah.
Interestingly, that's the third time that I've been offered another job while on the job. Okay.
apparently you have magnetism like that.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's all the voice, but it's partially the voice. It is a very
It's probably a good
hypnotizing
chunk
voice.
of it. Like, people hear your voice and they're like, this is a guy that people would like to listen to for a period of time.
Yes.
So they'll sit there. So the assumption is they'll sit there and listen to you as you try to sell them things, and thus that's how this is sprung into existence. Is my
Yeah, it basically comes down to could I take a few moments of your time to tell you about such and such, and they just basically go, oh please do, tell me about whatever you want to tell me about.
It's a gift.
Alright, that aside, let's see. Well, since the last time we spoke, I've gotten a new sister-in-law.
Oh.
Woot.
My brother got married this the Saturday before last. I was one of the best men. It was quite enjoyable, really.
He was?
The overall wedding was enjoyable.
Okay. Do you want us to vamp for it, buddy?
Your files are too powerful. I just can't see that without thinking of Terry Crews.
Well, I can't spend most days without thinking about Terry Crews, so, you know.
What's happening right now?
I don't know. I think Patient's trying to upload a photo or something.
Why are we talking about Terry Crews? I mean,
Why aren't we talking about Terry Crews more often?
he's an exceptional entertainer, and I enjoy him in all of his projects.
All right.
I need to watch more Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I haven't watched that show in like 2 years. Is that still on?
Yeah, it's still on.
Yeah.
I don't watch it ever because I don't watch TV at night. But it's on.
Like you need to actually be there for a live broadcast for TV anymore.
I do.
Well, yeah, when you're making it, sure. Otherwise, not so much.
Well, ain't that sweet?
Aww. So outdoor wedding?
Yeah.
Basically.
They,
Well, I mean, they got a roof, but...
Just a pavilion at the local community center. It was quite enjoyable. I didn't... not much to say, really. Just... It was enjoyable, and their honeymoon lasted last week, and now, until they get a place of their own, they moved in with us. So, it's nice. Alright. Now, let's see, as far as the works of the Crossbrain go, you can hear me, right?
You're a little
Yes.
quieter.
A little bit, yeah. But still
Sorry.
can hear you.
Sorry.
Oh.
Where was I? As far as the Crossbrains work goes, we've been spending the better part of the past several days brainstorming rather than actually writing. That and just being busy in general with sundry. Anyway. But we've gotten a bit more of the Impel Down arc hammered out, which we really need to do, because if we go into this saga without having a really solid plan in mind, we're going to write ourselves into a corner, and if we're willing to take a break for years on end to make sure that we don't write ourselves into a corner, I don't think that we're going to let it happen for something as trivial as this.
Yeah. That part of the story, there's a lot of moving parts.
Oh, yes. And we're introducing quite a few more. Oh, it will be such fun to get to it. We've also gotten started writing Strong World. We've basically been busy, obviously, but we've got a good part of it. We've got the beginning started, and we've got a solid plan in mind for most of it, and a little else, of course. Let's check status on that, actually. And nothing yet. Fair enough. Well, you'll see in time. So that's what the Crossbrain is up to presently. My girlfriend published her latest chapter, of course, and well, that was a couple of weeks ago, but I haven't been on in a couple of weeks, so
Yeah.
Yeah, and you saw the thing that I was really looking forward to, the unexpected guest. If you've read it by now, that is.
I'm trying to remember. It's been a little while.
Fair
You'd have to remind me what that was, because...
12 red lines.
Oh, right, I don't read that one. Sorry.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah. Well, between my girlfriend and I, things could really be going better. We're hoping to meet in person at the end of the year. Her only time off presently is from Christmas to the early days of January. So that's about a week worth of time frame. Once she clears it with her parents, we can begin planning things in earnest. And I'm really looking forward to meeting her. I don't think there's much else noteworthy on present. Except that first thing this morning I had an abdominal ultrasound because I have elevated liver enzymes. I'll have the results of that tomorrow, so hoping it's nothing serious and just something that can be solved by losing weight. So,
not to be,
Pardon?
I don't know what I'm not trying to be here, but generally speaking, you go to the doctor, it's usually nothing. So,
yeah.
it's my experience.
It is usually nothing, yeah, as far as that they told me as much.
Yeah.
But
it's good to check regardless.
Yeah, hence the fact that I had this appointment in the first place.
Yeah.
All right, I think that's enough. I don't think there's anything else. Now, let me see if... I think I'll browse to see if I have any recommendations this week while someone else talks.
Fair play. Can't you?
Yeah. So I could have died Saturday.
What?
All right. How is the near-death experience this time?
Well, I might be being over dramatic, but
We'll be the judge.
Okay, so this is after a show. So me and some people went to like a fast food place, Steak and Shake, if you've heard of it, after the show, just to get some food.
Yeah, Steak and Shake.
Okay.
Heard of it, never been there.
It's not bad. Just don't go in there expecting anything spectacular.
Yeah, no.
You should probably go in there expecting steak, to be perfectly honest.
And a shake.
It's a burger place.
Yeah.
Well, that's actually kind of misleading then, because I would have expected them to serve steak and I'd be getting burgers.
Good old
That's not the same
Steak and
thing.
Shake.
Take it up with them.
I shall when they open any locations in my country.
I don't think that'll happen, but sure.
We'll see what happens.
Alright, so that goes as it goes, and we're all in line to pay. And some dude is like sitting by the counter on his phone, and I'm just like talking to my friend and whatever. And then all of a sudden this dude's like, "Hey, just so you know, I heard what you said." And I start looking around. I'm like, is there someone else in line waiting to pay that he's talking to? If there's no one else, he's looking at me. So I point to myself and he's like, "Yeah, you. I heard what you said." And I was like, "What did I say?" "You told me to shut the fuck up while I was on the phone." I was like, "No, I didn't. I didn't say anything." And it's just, he won't let it go. And I'm trying to explain, like, "Hey, I didn't say anything to you. I'm talking to my friend. I didn't even say anything. I didn't curse at all during this conversation." And he won't let it go. Unfortunately for him, there are like 4 other people with me. And I am the smallest one of this group, if you can actually believe what that looks like.
Yeah, this was on a Saturday, wasn't it? So this was after your wrestling stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is something to go on not always right.
Survival instincts. Some people just kind of don't have them.
But we're not done yet. So
Yeah, okay.
it breaks into an argument.
Of course it does.
And the argument de-escalates. Because fortunately, this guy has someone with him who has a level head, apparently. So it stops him from being a Donnybrook in the middle of Steak and Shake. You know, like whatever garbage level situation you could imagine that would have escalated.
Oh, hey, by the way, Casey, there is like a Steak and Shake in England.
It's probably nowhere near him.
There's one in London and there's one in Chester.
Chester is actually about an hour and a half away, but there's no way I'm going to Chester for no reason.
Yeah, don't do that. It's really.
Yeah, don't do that for Steak and Shake.
Yeah, if it was a gourmet 5-star restaurant, that might be another story, but not.
It got 4 stars on TripAdvisor.
Really?
Yeah. Oh wait, no. It also got on this. It also got 4.4 stars on this other thing on Google reviews. It must be a pretty decent Steak and Shake.
Okay. Anyway.
All right. So everything breaks down. Everyone's going their separate ways. Me and my friends part paths. Now I'm gonna stop to mention that this is in another state, so I must input my home address into Google Maps to navigate my way home. This leaves me alone in my car in the parking lot, and the guy's still there.
What a cliche.
Now, here's the messed up thing. The guy who's starting all this wasn't driving. His level-headed friend was driving. So he took him around the parking lot and then came back when he noticed I was alone. So he gets out and tries to continue where we left off from. And again, I'm trying to be like, hey, I didn't say anything. I'm just trying to go home, blah, blah, blah. Now, in situations like this, I have a 3-strike rule.
Oh, dear.
I give you 3 chances to leave me alone. And when it's clear you're not going to, I must take the initiative because I don't get hit first. So I give him 3 chances. Each time he keeps trying to escalate it. On the third failed attempt to de-escalate things, I headbutt him in the face.
Ooh.
And he goes down like Liston. And he was wearing glasses too. I'm pretty sure I broke those because when I headbutt people, I headbutt them in the face, not the head.
That's how you do it.
Yeah. Fun fact: don't ever headbutt anyone in the forehead. That's not how you do it. Headbutt them in the face.
Sorry, I have fond memories of actually doing that to people and causing them problems and having no problem whatsoever myself. It was fun.
Yeah. So at that point, I'm done. So I just get back in my car and I drive off. I can't back up because he's down on the ground behind my car. So I have to drive forward over the median and I leave. And I was pissed off for 2 days. I only just got over it this morning. I was mad until this morning. And that could have gone badly because anything could have happened. His friend could have gotten out and jumped in. He could have had a gun. Anything could have happened. I could have died that night.
Are you kidding me?
I'd have personally gone with you could have gotten arrested that night, to be honest.
That would have been the least of my problems, actually.
You know, if you think that everybody has a gun, then we all almost die every day.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that didn't go worse than it did for you.
Yeah, I am too.
Maybe avoid that steak and...
Yeah.
Avoid those steak burgers.
Next time I go to that town, I'm not going there.
Go to Smash Burger or Five Guys instead.
I don't even know if those had those in that town. This is kind of a podunk town.
Don't
So,
go.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I got. That was my week. That was the only note that happened to me that I can remember.
Okay.
Happy Monday.
Yeah. Tuesday. But, yeah.
It's Monday now.
Yeah, okay.
As of recording time.
Alright, well, let me bring that around to something else that is actually mildly interesting. This exists, and I question whether it should.
What the hell?
Where the what? No.
Okay.
What?
It's not one of those that we can just read through because you know,
I want
While-
to just read. I just
while-
want to read the summary.
while it sounds stupid, the author takes it surprisingly and uncomfortably seriously.
You, Adam Sandler, are to create a harem. Sent into the realm of anime, Adam Sandler is told that he needs to create a harem consisting of 100 girls. If he can do that, he'll be allowed to return back home. Strange characters, weird environments, and going back to high school. Can our protagonist become a harem king?
All right. First things first. I have a statement and I have a question.
Okay.
First off, my statement. The thumbnail picture for this story is a fucking headshot of Adam Sandler,
Yeah, it is.
which is just great.
I mean, what else was it gonna be, really?
I mean, that's fair, but it doesn't make it any less funny to me. My question.
Shoot.
How and why did you find this?
Yes, I want to know that too.
Okay. It is at this point no secret that I have a particular area of stories I tend to look at. I'm poly. It kind of fits my particular, So
Uh-huh.
I searched a
Adam
particular
Sandler
keyword.
Where does Adam Sandler come into play in this?
Adam Sandler came up in the search parameters, and that's where I kind of had such unbridled, morbid curiosity that I had to see what the hell this was.
So one day, while sort of perusing the archives for Harem Fix,
Naturally.
you one day got a wild hair up your ass to just punch Adam Sandler in the search engine along with Harem.
No.
And this is what you got.
No, this was just one of the most recently updated ones in the search.
Okay, that makes it slightly better. Although the fact that you gave
No! He's going to My Hero Academia!
Yup.
No! No, screw you! No!
I
You
don't
looked,
know
at the
the type.
you looked at the second chapter.
Yep.
My Oshiko's too pure for you! Stop it!
Negotiate.
No! No, he's referencing 8 Crazy Nights. Stop it!
Like,
Oh.
as I say, it takes it surprisingly seriously. Like, Adam Sandler sounds kind of like Adam Sandler. They got the characterization and played it right.
Oh no! The world godly knows is in here too. Katsuragi Kama, the god of conquest, is gonna guide him. Oh no! Oh, I feel depressed.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I just had this as a tab open in my browser for the past day and a half because I knew I wanted to talk about it, but I didn't want to bookmark this, and I definitely wasn't gonna put it on an alert list or anything. So it was just kind of a tab open there, and every now and again I would see the name Adam Sandler in the tabs at the top, and I would literally shudder, just sitting there in my chair.
And the question that we're all asking, I suppose, is why is this a thing?
I don't know. I know I was the first person to review this. I also know that there were 2 people that followed it before that.
Here's Casey's review. Are you real?
Well, you gave a review.
It's a fair
Encourage him to write more.
The story is one day old.
Yeah.
What?
Like I say, it was the most recent update.
Didn't you say you'd had the tab open for the past few days?
I said day and a half, I think.
Yeah, it was 2 days ago was when this was published.
Okay. Because I was going to say, if you had had it open for a couple of days and it had only been published a day ago, then that could only mean one thing. You published it.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of wish I wrote this. Like, yeah, it's the dumbest idea, but it is also quite possibly one of the... let's say, most creative thoughts for this particular type of story that I've seen. I think there are very few people who would consider writing Adam Sandler. Adam Sandler as a harem protagonist.
I have a friend who she did a thing where she made the cringiest fan fiction account. I mean, it sounded like she was like a young girl, and she put up basically every single bad element of a fan fiction possibly could into one kind of cringy OC fest, and then she got reviews because it was supposed to be a joke, but she was playing it like a trick, and then there were some reviews that were like, "This is really good. You are really talented,
guys." As of 3 minutes ago, he has responded to my review.
Oh no!
Last time I checked, was the response. So thanks for that, bud. Salute.
On his profile it says creating quality bad fan fiction with absolutely no proofreads for sober and or drunken entertainment.
You know what? He's self-aware, and I respect that.
Okay.
I mean, his profile picture is it's that thing, but with the picture of
I recognize
Corey in the
that
house.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Corey in the house's face but it's that specific sprite art is from the DS game.
It is
overlaid on top of the wah 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 yee thing, that whole meme, and and also he has such other great works as my Imoutal, a remake of My Immortal but with an Emoto.
That's kind of a good pun, actually. That's not bad.
So apparently he also has a YouTube channel where he shitposts.
Oh, well,
I'm not going to look at it, but...
Neither am I. I never got that whole thing, so...
It exists.
Yeah. Alright.
Sonic Advanced Speed Fair 2.
Why did you make us do this, Casey? Now we have to learn about this guy. Me and Z are going to learn about this person now.
Okay, so the author is Zex Eos. Go favorite and follow him right now. I support his endeavors.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess.
I want to see him grow up big and healthy.
What have you done, Casey?
I found something that needed to be shared with the world.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
This is
One of his videos is Tommy Wiseau reimagined his anime, so I'm down with this guy.
Is this on Loving Bad for Good levels of stuff?
No, because this is, that was stupid, but it was also poorly written and garbage. This is surprisingly competently written, if still baffling in its execution.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I found that. You're welcome. I think Patient was going to say something, and they just sort of, his jaw just opened and closed for a second.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Trying to find the words, but having none. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna... Yes, I'm going to favorite and follow this person.
Okay. So, what else have I done this week? I'm so glad I had that to follow the Ken headbutting a dude in the face story. If I didn't have that, I don't know where I would have taken this.
If I didn't have that, I don't think I'd have anything this week either, so there you go.
Alright, so, naturally, vidjagames. Vidjagames are a thing that I've been doing this week.
What now?
Okay, hold on. I'm reviewing his story. Adam Sandler. This is beautiful. There we go.
Okay.
I want to see this author grow up big and strong. Okay, so you were saying?
Yeah, vidjagames. So Sonic Forces came out.
Oh, so how is it?
Mediocre.
Yeah.
It's not so much a vidjagame, actually. Like, it
Have you
kind
seen
of
the videos where
plays
people push
itself.
one button? Yeah.
A little bit or a lot, except for like the main levels basically play themselves. You don't actually have to do all that much. Then there are like special levels that you get for getting the red rings, like in Generations and stuff, or as you start to take back the planet or whatever the crap they're doing with the whole storyline.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Eggman took over the planet. We're
And
gonna show
nothing
it.
especially changed.
We're gonna show it through these slides. It's just black
Yeah.
text.
It
or
literally
white text on a
goes,
black screen.
Sonic gets knocked unconscious and abducted, and then it basically says, after Sonic's defeat, Eggman took over the planet. That's it. Doesn't show a goddamn thing. It's literally just a text scroll of, this happened next. Great. Thanks.
You know, there's a very fun thing when it comes to writing called show don't tell.
When it comes to writing for things where you can show things, yes, that's absolutely true.
And they could have shown something.
Yeah.
But, they didn't.
Still images would have been better. Like, just still
Yeah.
frames of, like, factories being built or something. But no.
Like a chemical plant is in like a nuclear winter, and that's never explained or gone into.
Or it might just be winter. We don't really know.
Mm.
They
Or
don't
like-
they don't spend a lot of time setting up context for any of this stuff.
Or anything. Sonic's been tortured for months. Oh no, he's fine.
Yeah, that was weird too. Like,
Tails has lost it. Oh no, he's fine.
Sonic has done hard time. He's like, oh, okay, time to kick Eggman's butt and such. And that's pretty much. I mean, it's
Then
a
you-
Sonic game. The cardboard cutouts more than characters, but you know, still.
Then you fight the incredibly well-known boss Zavok, right?
Yeah, what a great way to introduce. What even game was he from? I don't even.
Lost World, and you don't even fight Zavok. He rides on a giant metal bee.
Yeah. Anyway, so basically the game plays itself until you get to these special levels, and then when you play the special levels, you kind of realize why the game plays itself. Because if you have to play it, you have some problems. Yeah. That game does not play well when you actually have to play it, basically.
I've heard that you don't actually even fight Chaos in it.
Okay. I mean, I did that in
So, I don't
Generation,
know.
so I'm not especially fussed. But okay.
Yeah, but like, you know, it is like, why are you going to include that character if they contribute anything?
Yeah. Maybe make that first boss fight that introduces you to, hey, we're going to use all these villains again, as the one people actually kind of remember.
Like, if you're going to bank on like nostalgia with bringing back all these villains, you got to try a little harder.
It would have actually been better if Zavok was there and Sonic was just like, who are you again? Like, just
Yeah.
doesn't remember him at all. Would have been way better, because the audience certainly doesn't. I don't know who he is.
Just to remind people, like, this was an incredibly small staff that was working on this game, and there were only 3 level designers, and 2 of them had never worked on a Sonic game before.
And if memory serves, you said one had on Lost World.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
Which is probably why Zavok's the first boss.
yeah. Quite the pedigree. So, yeah, oh well. Nothing to be done for it now. Like, the character creator is surprisingly actually kind of robust and interesting. Like, yeah, I mean, a purple cat, and he's dressed like in the solid sneaking suit and stuff, and it's
Makes me
actually
wonder if,
pretty solid.
Makes me wonder if they spent too much development time on the Avatar stuff, and if they took that out, they could have made it better.
I don't know. In fact, it might even be worthwhile for them to just release, hey, he's the character creator. Go nuts, Sonic fans. Create your original Sonic character, don't steal. Have fun. Yeah.
Yeah, I've not heard anything that would make me want to buy it at full price.
Yeah, you don't.
Ooh. Forgot about something.
Yeah.
Doesn't Punisher come out Friday?
Oh, it's soon. I think. I don't know if they actually announced the release date, but let me check because I want to see that.
Am I right?
Let me double check. I hope you're right. I hope you're right. Where is it? Yep, it's coming out on Friday.
Yeah.
Same time as Pokemon Ultra Moon and Ultra Sun. You can play your Pokemon and watch people get punished at the same time.
Dirty.
Yes, it does. That's why I said it that way.
And while I'm saying Marvel things, can I talk about freaking Thor yet?
No.
Damn it.
Partially because I still haven't seen it, and partially because I don't think it's been 2 weeks since it's been out.
It's totally been 2 weeks.
Is it?
Let me check. Thor release date. Yeah, it came out 10 days ago.
What was that, Ken? What were you saying? It's totally been 2 weeks, right?
Rounding.
It's totally been 2 weeks.
It's closer to 2 weeks than it's been to 7 days. So
Since the podcast.
No, it hasn't. 10 days is absolutely not closer to 2 weeks than it is one.
It'll be 11 days when the podcast actually goes. Right? No.
Yeah.
No. Yes. I can't math.
Oh god, I still have the Adam Sandler tab open. I need to close that. Okay.
Leave more reviews.
Yeah. So, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, vidjagames. So I noticed Hand of Fate 2 came out. That, like, the first one was a pretty good game. I did a quick look format video of it a while back. Everyone made fun of me for being shit. Yeah.
As per usual. Whenever you're bad, or whenever I'm bad, or
whenever anyone's bad at video games, yeah. Yeah, it's pretty good. Fighting feels a little bit clunky, but I think that's intended because it's meant to be slower paced. You are definitely not meant to button mash or anything. It is basically a very slow version of the Arkham Asylum, etc. fighting style or combat mechanics. Yeah, so it's a sequel to the game where you develop a deck of cards and have an adventure based on them and such. It's pretty cool still. Yeah, so definitely worth checking out. There was one other thing, and I forget what. There was two other things now I think about it, but there was one other video game. Oh yeah, I reinstalled Stardew Valley because we talked about it last week, and Zero. Blame it on Zero. It's all Zero.
I'm blaming it on you. You're an adult.
Yeah.
I'm an adult and I can make adult choices for playing video games.
Can you?
Can you?
I did, clearly.
You brought Sonic.
That was an adult choice. That doesn't make it the right choice.
Adult choices kind of infers that it was a responsible choice.
What adults are you talking to?
That's That's a fairly good point, all things considered.
Yeah.
I definitely don't know responsible adults.
Yeah. Yeah, you go to wrestling classes, so, okay. No judgments. Yeah, so I reinstalled Stardew Valley, put on a bunch of mods again, because the game has updated since I last played, and thus all of the mods are broken. Yeah, still a great game. Yeah.
You can divorce your wife and sell your kids.
I don't think that's true.
They're a farming resource now.
Recommendations.
Still not there, but yeah. So, the one other thing that happened this week for me, kind of, well, not really, but tangentially related to me, was Extra Life was this weekend. The charity drive where a bunch of people stream video games for 24 hours and raise money for children's hospitals and such.
Oh.
So, yeah, I watched Rooster Teeth's stream for that when, I could. It's a 24-hour stream. I wasn't going to stay up for 24 hours to watch it. Yeah, it was about the point where they were smearing Vegemite all over Jeremy Dooley's head, a guy who's bald, by the way, for context. Then sticking slices of bread to his head and having people eat it. And then having people do the one chip challenge with it inside of a McRib or something stupid like that. Where I decided, yeah, I'll donate to this. Sure, why not? Yeah, so that was cool. Like, I'm sure there's going to be a highlights video that comes out. That's definitely going to be on it. Just, for those that don't know, the one chip challenge is basically, those ridiculously hot chilies that people talk about sometimes, like, hey, it's million Scoville and stuff. The one chip challenge is a potato chip, for your vernacular, that is covered in dust from I think it's the Carolina Reaper, which is a genetically engineered chili.
Crossbreed of habanero and ghost pepper, right?
That's the one. Yeah, that is the hottest chili in the world currently. And they have Gavin Free eat one, and it is then just like 5 minutes afterwards of him just whimpering. It's pretty amusing. I almost want to try it, except I really don't want to try it.
I want you to try it.
Well, you're an adult. You can make responsible decisions, right?
Like not doing it, yeah. That's
like trying it, because that's right in line with buying Sonic Forces.
Life's all about experiences.
Kenshi, you're the one who likes pain.
I don't like pain. It just seems to happen around me a lot.
Google autocomplete one chip challenge UK.
Oh my god, we're actually gonna make them do it.
I'm looking into it.
No.
Yeah.
Don't do it, AC.
There is no listed method for sourcing it. Oh, hang on. Insane Reaper peanuts, which I suppose is appropriate. Peanuts are very much more the bar food than chips in this country. Holy crap, there is like a list of different snacks with Carolina Reaper seasoning on. Why would you? Why? Like,
well, you see, for some people, agony is a constant state that they love to be in. So,
like, the one chip challenge I get, it's a novelty, but actually just putting this stuff on snacks? Why?
Try it. And find out.
Yeah, try it. And record it.
Better idea. Don't.
It's turning my stomach just looking at these different things, so I'm not going to do that.
So just get the chip.
Don't worry.
I can't find the chip.
Everything.
That's not a thing, apparently. Yeah. There was one other thing that Ken might be familiar with. There was a thing where they put Tiger Balm on the sack. Yeah, that happened too. Like the way they set it up was basically they had, whenever they got a donation of $1,337, because of course, they would spin the Wheel of Vengeance that would have these stupid things on it that they would have to do. One of them was the Vegemite on the head. One of them was someone eating said Vegemite. There was one that was a group hug, which turned surprisingly horrible once they had that guy in the middle of it. And naturally, the one-chip challenge with the McRib thing, too. And also a McRib with Vegemite, if memory serves. Yeah.
That sounds gross.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
so
great.
That was a good stream. Also, that section, they ended with people getting shot with paintballs, firing squad style. So, that was fun, too. Yeah, it was a good stream. And
I'd rather do that than anything else that you just listed.
Yeah. I ended up donating, I think it was $100 in our name. So, yeah.
Hooray.
Yay.
For the kids! Hashtag.
For los
For shorty.
children.
I was trying to think of how to say it in German. It's something eine Kindes, something.
Oh, no. A lot of languages escape me at the moment. It's too early for me to think.
Actually, I think that's for a kids, so I got that wrong. Yeah, that's pretty much all I did this week. So, that was fun. Very worthwhile. Always comes out with good content on that night. So, recommendations. I probably have one, but I'm going to have to find it. So, if anyone else has one...
I'm going to recommend My Imoutal by Lex Marks, because I've started reading it, and this is something special. It's 21 chapters, and I don't know how, but it's something special.
Okay. In my defense, at the very least, the Adam Sandler thing, I didn't actually read. I skimmed. So, 0.
He's legitimately using this as his recommendation.
Judging you a little bit right now. Like, I said no
Okay.
judgments not only 10 minutes ago. This, a little bit of a judgment. A little bit of a judgment.
Okay, look. I recommended Gurren Jesus.
You did.
I don't know why you have some sort of higher expectation for it. If it's
I
funny,
don't.
I'll recommend it.
I don't either.
So, there you go. Check that out if you're in for a laugh.
Anyone else?
I wish, but I really can't. I've been browsing for other good fan fictions lately, but I just haven't found any. Brings up something interesting in my the Discord chat yesterday. Someone mentioned that they had a friend that they were trying to get into this fight, but they were failing because their friend believes that all fan fiction is garbage, with absolutely no exception, and he won't even give it a chance.
In fairness, everyone has that opinion of fanfiction until they actually start reading it.
Anyway, no, I don't have anything. I've been browsing One Piece and just I've been browsing series in general, and I haven't found anything noteworthy that I haven't brought up before.
Here's a suggestion. when trying to get someone into fanfiction, don't start with a long form thing. Start with the best one shot you can find.
Start with my Imoutal.
0? No.
Bad 0.
To quote this story, stop hating on my story, senpais, okay?
Uh-huh.
This is so bad, I love it.
Well, I have a recommendation for story. I have a recommendation for something to check out, at least.
Alright.
Deviant artist by the name of Cryptid Creations. The art is adorable, and artist makes puns for all of them.
That's the most delicious cat I've ever seen.
That's what you call a cub sandwich.
Don't do that again. I'm gonna mute this now.
I'm hungry again. Damn it. Okay.
Well, as soon as Kenshi says that he doesn't have any recommendations, we can end the podcast.
I'm still not sure whether I've even found... sorry, I'll go for the low-hanging fruit. Lex Marks the Scott. Lex Marks the Spot is what it's supposed to be, not Scott. I don't know who Scott is.
Who's...
I'm fairly certain he doesn't know, though. So... that was an old joke. No one got it. Okay, just gonna move on. Basically, technically a Buffy crossover, but not really. It's a Halloween fic. Xander, the male nobody character, basically dresses as Lex Luthor for Halloween, gets transformed into Lex Luthor because of a spell, yada yada yada. By the end of it, he somehow ends up in the body of the actual Lex Luthor in one of the Justice League universes.
What?
And basically decides to be a sensible human being from that point on, rather than being Lex Luthor. So it then becomes just a comedy of errors of the Justice League, just completely unable to consider the idea that Lex Luthor might be turning over a new leaf, partially because he already has several times and it didn't take.
It's fair that they would be skeptical, really, but
in that sense, it's kind of an interesting flip. I don't know whether it's intentional, but probably is, that it's an interesting flip that they won't believe that Lex Luthor could be good, the same way that Lex Luthor didn't believe Superman could be good. So, it's ostensibly a comedy fic, but there's actually some interesting stuff in it beyond that.
Yeah, link that to me. That sounds interesting. Also, to quote my Imoutal again,
for God's sake.
I've decided to stop doing the author notes since they've become annoying, and I think you get the point.
I almost regret it. But I still don't. People needed to know that that existed. So, I'm fine. Is it the first week, or did we do this last week? I can't remember. Did we do the Patreon last week?
We did it last week.
Okay. So yeah, I think that's the end of the episode. Unless anyone's got anything last minute that they want. We didn't even say the episode number. Good catch, Patient.
Who's we? You say the episode number.
Oh gosh. Okay, so it's 199. Are we gonna?
I try and say the episode number, and then everyone jumps in and tries to correct me. So
Okay,
that's how that usually works.
Because we're like, are we gonna return topics with the 200th episode or what? I don't know.
No, the 200th episode is going to be a video podcast.
Oh, that's a good joke. Oh, God.
Your haunting laughter is so much amusement to me.
Oh shit!
Likewise. So, yeah. So it was episode 1999. So, thanks for listening to the podcast, everybody. If you want to get in contact, you can do so through the YouTube channel in the comments. Please let me know on Patreon if you feel so inclined. Also, donate to Extra Life as well. Like, they're still taking donations until, I think, the end of the year. So, if you're feeling generous, donate to them. It's a good cause. Once again, I'd like to thank everybody who listens to the 1999. That's still like 2,000 episodes more than we actually have, because I keep saying...
You remember how I said that the one Spider-Man kept running out into the distance?
Goodbye, everybody.
I told my brother that Spider-Man kept running, and then he found him again many years later.
And he ran.
So, Spider-Gump?
That's why he was so buff. He went on an adventure of 10 years journey.